Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another review, and next up is the Big Time Spider-Man as part of the Marvel 80 years or 80th anniversary variant line that is fan channel exclusive. So you'll find these figures at GameStop, local comic shops, specialty shops, and then of course all your online retailers such as Hasbro Pulse, Entertainment Earth, and Big Bad Toy Store, and of course Dorkside and the various other ones. But anyway, I did get my Big Time Spider-Man in today from Entertainment Earth. I am super excited to get this guy. Now, I did have the original Big Time Spider-Man from, I think, the Arnim Zola wave, but shortly after this figure was announced, I sold that one off at a toy show to a subscriber. So he might be watching this. So hey, what's going on, man? But I just couldn't deal with that figure. So I wasn't a big fan of that body. I still have the Future Foundation, which was the variant to that figure. And I still really like that figure. Hopefully we get a Future Foundation figure on this body. But anyway, we'll get right to it. Some cool accessories, a lot of green on the package. So Spider-Man down there. We get a green Spider-Man logo up at the top, so that's pretty cool. Side artwork looking pretty awesome with Spider-Man hanging upside down, so I really like that. On the back of the package, we get a look at the figure instead of the comic style, which I always like seeing the actual figure on the back of the package, so kind of nice to see a return to that. Here is the UPC for you guys. I posted it on my Instagram as well. If you guys need it, it's probably not going to do you any good since it's a fan channel exclusive, but there he is. Let's get him open and out of the package. Alright, and here's the Big Time Spider-Man figure out of the package, and I am very, very pleased with this. Now, yes, this is basically a repaint of every Spider-Man figure, comic Spider-Man figure that we get, but it is done nicely, and it's nice that we kind of get that updated thing. So, of course, thanks to Shartimus Prime, who has the Big Time letdown Spider-Man and constantly pressing for that, and then of course Hasbro decided to release this one. And then if you've seen at Comic-Con during the Hasbro panel, they actually gifted him a brand new package one, so he was the first, of course, to have one signed by the entire Hasbro team, so that was pretty awesome. I got to see that as I was sitting in the front row, so very cool to him. But here we have the figure, and I am very pleased, very happy with it, and I think you guys will be too. So hopefully we'll be showing up at GameStop soon, but all the online sellers, they should be getting it and kind of shipping out, so keep an eye out for that. But it is a very good figure. But again, pretty much a straight repaint. So we'll take a look at the accessories, then we'll go over the articulation, and we'll take a better and closer look at the figure. Okay, so in terms of accessories, out of the package, he has a right fist and a left thwipping hand. So of course we get the opposites. We get the right thwipping hand, and then we get the left fist, and then we also get the wall crawling hands, which are cool because it has the green circle actually painted into the palm on both of them. So that is nice. Then we also get this web. Now this web we've seen a couple of times. So it first came with the Walmart exclusive Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man figure in the Amazing Spider-Man movie line, and then we got it with House of M Spider-Man, Gamerverse Spider-Man, and I think now Big Time Spider-Man, and that's it. So we've seen it before, but it's still pretty cool to get a web nonetheless, and then this just kind of wraps around his hand as opposed to having it somehow looking like it's coming out of his whipping hand. So pretty cool. Okay, so here's a close-up look of the Big Time Spider-Man, and this thing is really good. Now, of course, like every figure, there's going to be some minor paint mishaps. Like right here, I got a little overspray of the green on his chin right there, along his jaw, under the eye. Not that big of a deal, but for the most part the paint apps are pretty clean throughout. Now some of the creases and stuff from the muscles and whatnot, you might get a little bit spots where you see a little bit of black. That's not a big deal, but overall the paint apps look pretty good and came out pretty clean. No green overspray showing the glow effect, kind of like how the original one from the Arnim Zola wave had come out where there was just too much green. Now one thing, I don't know if these are probably supposed to connect, but I think the design of it just didn't quite really hit the mark, and I'm sure that's going to be the case with all of the figures there. That's a little unfortunate, but you know, you can't see it. If you're looking at it this way, you don't know that it's there. If you're looking at it this way, you don't know that it's a problem either, but it all comes out looking pretty good. And I like that even with the fist, you could still see where the circle would have been, and then the thwipping hand, the same thing, and then it's the wall crawling hands where you could see the full circle. And so that is pretty cool. Again, looks really, really good. It's the head with the big eyes, pizza Spidey mold. Awesome. Let's look at the articulation. Okay, so going over the articulation, we've seen the Pizza Spidey mold before, but here we go. You can look all the way down, you can look all the way up, so good range of motion in there. Of course, full swivel, and you do get some neck pivot in there, so that's kind of nice. The shoulders can go up that high. You get a full rotation. Of course, there is a butterfly joint, so you're going to get it to move back a little bit and then forward a little bit as well. So not a huge amount, but you know, it's definitely there and it's nice. There is an upper bicep swivel there. You get a double jointed elbow, which works out like so. And then of course you get a swivel and hinge on both wrists. You get ab crunch that crunches down that much, so not a huge crunch. Going back a little bit more, mine seems a little stiff. Not a whole lot, but you can see them arch back a little bit. There is the waist swivel there. Legs go out that far apart. He can kick forward that high, so great motion that way. And going back, he does go back a little bit. And then you, there is an upper thigh cut there. Double jointed knee, which works out quite well. There's no boot swivel, but you get a foot that hinges all the way down. Hinges quite a bit up, and then you do get a nice ankle pivot. So again, standard Pizza Spidey figure that we've seen used over and over again. Looks pretty good. Okay, and then to show you how the web works, so you could just use the web so you can kind of loop it around his hand. Probably should have just taken off the whole hand off the peg, and you can kind of loop it as if, you know, he's thwipping like so. You can use it to hang from, that kind of thing. So it's not the greatest, but it's definitely nice that we get something to add on for Spider-Man. You could do something like this maybe. You know, and it looks like, could look like, you know, he's doing the thwip depending on how you do the angle and try and get a shot in or anything. So it's pretty cool. Switch out the hands, of course, they just pop off like so very easily. That's the wrong hand. And you can just pop on the new ones like so. There he is. Okay, so to finish off the review, here's a little comparison. So we have the Pizza Spidey and the Big Time Spider-Man, and then here next to the Future Foundation Spider-Man, which again is the same exact figure as the Big Time. This was just the variant. So you could see, you know, use your imagination on what the black and the super green, almost all green, because there's so much green all over it, would look like next to each other. And again, I love the Pizza Spidey mold. I really dislike this body mold because there's just too much going on, but mainly it's because of those ball joint hips. I just absolutely hate them. Look how he stands all kinds of funky and stuff. I just really hated it. But anyway, that's my review. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the figure. Are you going to be picking it up, or are you going to be passing on it? I'm curious to know. If you guys liked the video, also please hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.